Republican Party was organized in July 1854 in Jackson, Michigan, in a convention attended by 10,000 anti-slavery activists.
Party, they came out with their first platform shortly thereafter. Tiny little platform. It's only got 9 planks in the platform. 6 of the 9 planks dealt with civil rights. We want slavery ended. We want segregation ended. We want full civil rights. It was a civil rights party birthed out of a number of atrocious pro-slavery decisions.
Emancipation isn't always as simple as removing shackles or escaping an oppressive situation, because oppression isn't always obvious. But when the revelation comes that you truly are free and you try and escape the virtual plantation, that isn't always easy either.
When you leave the plantation, the white Democrat man hates you, and the rest of the blacks that are on the plantation hates you, and the blacks on the plantation then began to call you an Uncle Tom. They say, you Uncle Tom nigger, you, that's all you are.
I know that as a conservative black woman, I've been called an Uncle Tom. I've been accused of being paid off by the Republicans, all kinds of things. And the things that are said by Dr. Rice or General Powell or Judge Thomas.
Your personhood is destroyed. You're called names, sellout, etc. You receive death threats like I do on a real regular basis.
Over the last 15 years, I've been called nigger, Uncle Tom, a sellout. I've had guns drawn on me. My telephone's been tapped.
Someone like me, I'm running for the United States Senate. Well, there's a part of black radio that attacks me by name right now. Okay, calls me everything but a child of God, as they say.
Black activists on the right who try to escape the left's liberal plantation often are vilified and excoriated, not as being incorrect or having unfortunate views or having perhaps the wrong outlook on taxes or spending or whatever, but as not sufficiently black, inauthentically black, traitors to the race, and a lot of us have been called very, very ugly names. I have no problem if somebody says, look, I think your belief in the flat tax is misguided, or we never should have gone into Iraq, what are we doing there, or I think the government really should spend more money on education and have big government programs. I can handle that. I can say, well, here's why I disagree. But much more obnoxious and hideous is the kind of rhetoric you get about being an Uncle Tom and a sellout and letting down black people and don't you wish you were white. You are black, therefore you must think this. And no, you may not think independently. I can think of nothing more bigoted than to look at someone and say, based on the color of your skin, this is what you have to think.
When we first announced our High Impact Leadership Coalition, and we're on the front page of the Los Angeles Times, the next 3 days, there were African Americans who, not knowing me at all, never heard of me, I'm sure, they wrote op-ed pieces saying, this Bishop Jackson must be, and they called me the worst names under the sun. It really did. Start off with Uncle Tom and went south from there.
You're going to become an outcast within the black community. I think that's why a lot of blacks are afraid to step out of the crowd.
Anyone, any black in our society that would disagree with the liberal left, that they then are ostracized, that they are used as an example to others to never ever speak out against liberalism.
Jesse Jackson and Maxine Waters, the NAACP, Louis Farrakhan, Al Sharpton, they are the overseers of the plantation. They keep the folks there. They keep them getting up every morning supporting the plantation, and then they get paid by the heads of the Democratic Party. If you keep the black folks on the plantation for me, I'll give you a position in Washington, D.C. I would give you a sense of power and authority. I would promote you to look good. So
you take the Clintons, you take the Dashells of the world, the Gores of the world, they're just as dangerous as a Jesse Jackson or Maxine Waters or Al Sharpton, because they still preach this soft bigotry of low expectations. They derive their power by having a minority base. They must make sure that blacks remain forever victims in need of the government assistance, because what they can do is say everything is about race. The reason why you lost the election is about race. The reason you don't have a job is about race. The reason why you can't get an education is because the teacher is racist. As long as they can do that, they can take this voting bloc, the high priest of black, and take it to the plantation, the Democratic plantation, and say, look, every 4 years we deliver 95% of this vote to you, because they've conceded their power to us. We think for them, we decide for them, and whatever we say, if we say jump, they'll say how high. What do we have to show for giving you our power? How has our lives improved? What have you done to change the circumstances around me? It seems as though my life is the same, but yours is getting better and better. And they start questioning it, and the more they start questioning it, and the more they dig deeper, they realize, well, hey, if we're ever going to be a true power base in this country, we have to be a power base in both parties. We cannot allow either party to take us for granted or just to ignore us. And so why not vote Republican when I don't have anything to show for voting for you, giving you 95% of my vote?
I don't think that we should be captured or entrapped or enraptured or committed to any one party.
No longer are they listening to the masters of the plantation. They're beginning to break away, and that's why it seems to be this desperate move to paint all Republicans as racist. They realize that something is happening in this country. There's a paradigm shift.